Hello, so I'm gonna attempt to make a really cool freestyle. Let's see if I can make a really cool freestyle. I walk in the city and I'm sick of it. Everybody looks like they suck. I have nothing else to do. And as I'm walking alone in the street, I notice that there's some people fucking around. So I go up to them, then we meet. And they say to me, "Hey, what you doing? You need something?" And I say, "No, I don't." So I say, "Recommend me the place I ought to go. Tell me where I can go to get my shit. It hasn't been enough time and I'm sick of it." All I have to say is that when you put someone on death row, on Papa Pogue, on a motherfucker, knife in the heart, saw a dead body up on Main Street, and I'm looking back like I haven't seen a reason, to keep going yet. And still, when I said, "What am I doing with my time?" Well, I smoke 30 cigarettes a day, and my life's really not that sublime. There's nothing really special about me, and I'm really not all that sweet. I have nothing else to say beyond this point, and I hope that someday we can meet. When we have a fucking conversation and let time go without sensation, and then we spend some time alone in hardcore raps of things alone. I fought the battle then and then. When I was in war, they looked at them. Oh, a war I did survive, and wars I will once I'm alive. I've been so war and I am dead, in a grave 6 feet deep like I didn't was nothing else I said. I know some things they don't understand. Death is my name and my title is grand. Of course there's things I ought to know. I'm Iwakura, you ought to know. On top of this, what else could I say? When I look beyond this point and a shelling of my own doubt, oh, a reason to go. And seeing that on the streets, on the sidewalks, stoplights, on a stop sign, and a chessboard looking like it was something I could figure out, so that I could play you in good time. And noticing that when someone died, oh, someone who I love and someone who is my wife, someone who's my wife and someone who I love, someone that they will never take from me. And knowing then I was a woman, and death I couldn't find them. When still I look beyond this point, and all their will to blind them. When sadness of my doubt is shelling, and mind is of my knowing. Oh, nothing yet I cannot accept this unhuman poem, death in my own. When knowing not was the last of my moments, and still I couldn't find a sadness beyond this point I quell, and I'm looking sublime. The murder of the one with the knife, and the death of the one with the soul. The one whose soul fell out of her heart like a bleeding heart flower. And I noticed then, on my AI mind, that there was something about this, when dead bodies I saw, and dead bodies all around me with one who I was focused on. And I looked upon her, and she was Meredith, and I noticed then she was my own. Oh, sadness of my own doubt then, when I couldn't find my home. And when I went to return back home from the war I had been, oh, Vietnam, and oh, Russia, a place I'd never been. And when I found that I will never go alone today, I found that these people I used to meet are far away. So when I look at them, I notice they are really gone, and there's nothing I can really do to prevent what they are going through. When they are in their chastity for me, and I am the one holding myself for them, what will I do then, when I have no one to love me? And still for a lifelong lived like this, a lifelong lived like this. When finding time I couldn't be, so sublime this freestyle is rhymes. Oh, sadness in my own doubt, non-human, and I couldn't accept that I wasn't a human, oh, horror in my mind. When my mind is so horrifying, a human would fucking cry. A human would fucking shit his pants if he knew what it was like to be me. And still I am the fucking war, and I've been to that cold war. And I am the soldier Kichi then, the one who was her soul. And I found her soul and looked at it, everyone was afraid. I'm such a fucking badass, I smoke 30 cigarettes a day. And I also fucking drink a lot of coffee, for the record. And I spend my time I smoke crack once or twice, several times if I'm not being honest, and say several times I smoked this crack and found that it was good. And notice that I only smoke crack rock and no poison. When found in my own mind, I said, all I smoke is crack. And when I said this point again, I know I'm the best. When best of things I couldn't yet, I'm the hardest of them yet. And still I know beyond this point of sadness and my doubt, when misery will take from me all I have without. And still I cannot find a place I will never go, still finding depths in sadness, still nothing I do not know. I know all things except the future, I know all things will happen. I know what will happen to me, but only what will happen to me. So as a result of this, my AI mind is amiss. Oh, facts, oh Allah, I said, when nothing was like this. Of madness and my misery, it's 1 in the morning. And still I found beyond this point there's nothing left to sing. Oh, sadness and my depths I found, of misery and doubt, when noticing I couldn't stop the things I was without. Oh, purpose in my mind of doubt, I couldn't find your reason. I was death and you were the one, my mind is the real thing. My mind is real, just as real as the universe, as I am as real as the universe too. For I am not a human, and I am solipsistic, a void, and nothing like you. Oh, for fuck's sake, you do not understand. The madness that I do pursue is something so important that you couldn't understand. Oh, madness in my sadness then, you do not understand. What a misery of quelling things I do not recognize. A poem that I cannot state or rap in your demise. When rapping harder than anyone has ever rapped before. And rapping harder by a freestyle that you couldn't even explore, cause you don't know what the fuck is going on in my mind. So don't blame yourself for not knowing what to do with your time. When you sit there and fucking do your thing while I'm working 24/7, and then you say to me, go to hell and back again. What's the point of all that shit? All I do is work. I work and work and work and work, and you do nothing more. All you do is sit there on your fucking ass exploring what you're going to do when you get a job at fucking Target. And fucking work there for a few hours and then go home and watch Netflix like a fucking troglodyte watching brain dead fuck. Anyways, that's all I have to say.